Welcome into the latest edition of Extra Time. We're back. Don't know, these guys will be answering your tweets. Hopefully none about the Pogmentary, because Craig never wants to hear that word again. We have Alessandro Del Piero, Stevie Nicol, and as you can see, Craig Burley. First question is to Stevie. Where does Mane rank alongside other LFC legends? Can he be in the same conversation with Barnes?
Ooh. I'd have to say no. He's not a kick in the backside off it though. But if you're looking at Barnsley in particular, then you know, you talk about Barnes was basically in the same sort of position that Salah's in. He was the man. You know, when you got the ball, he was the first guy you looked for. If you can give it to Barnes, you give it to him because you know something's going to happen. So yeah, as good as Mane is and was, I don't think he's at the level of Barnes now.
All right, the next one is for Ale. With Pogba returning, a full year of Vlahovic and key players returning from long absences, such as Chiesa and McKennie, do you think Juve will be back challenging for the Scudetto next season?
Yes. Yes and yes, for sure. Juve this year missed for sure something in the midfield. So if Pogba returns, it's a great add for them in terms of quality and personality. And with Chiesa 100% and Vlahovic 100%, definitely yes.
Okay, look out, everyone else. Juve could be back next season. You heard it from the man himself. All right, Craig, who is most likely to win the Ballon d'Or first? Haaland, Mbappe or Nunez?
Mbappe. Maybe. Mbappe or Haaland.
All right.
I mean, probably Mbappe, I think, because he's been on the bigger stage for a little bit longer. He's won a World Cup, let's not forget, as a teenager. Almost won the Champions League when they got beat by Bayern. And scored a lot of goals last year in France, so I'm going to say Mbappe.
Would you agree, Stevie?
I'm finding it hard to separate them, to be honest. I mean, if Haaland takes City over the edge, as far as goals and Champions League's concerned, then maybe Haaland. I think, see, if France win the World Cup though, that kind of puts Mbappe right in there, because that means he'll have done well.
God,
I think that's a tough
man.
one. I can't separate them. Oh, there you go.
All right, so
I think it's between the two of them, but I can't separate them.
How about Joe winners, Stevie? And then you can send 2 cards.
No. No, I'm not into Joe. I'm not into Joe winners. One card at a time, son, you know.
But you can't separate them.
Well, I can't.
We didn't say the
But
questions were going to be
They're
easy,
voting
Stevie.
well.
If you had to put your money on it.
Right, Mbappe.
All right. Ale, who are you going for?
Grudgingly.
Who will win the Ballon d'Or first from these three, Ale, for you?
No, easy.
I agree with Craig. For sure, Mbappe is the one more ready.
Okay.
I said Mbappe as well, Ali. Hey.
At a push.
Yeah, I know, but he said first.
All right.
He said it first.
All right.
Yeah, I said
All right.
Do you know, actually, Ale, it's the first time I've spoken to you since Mbappe came out and said that he would be staying at PSG. Were you surprised with his decision in the end?
Yes, I was surprised because, you know, I don't know which kind of scheme they have in mind. Mbappe on one side and PSG on the other ones. I don't know what's going on. It was for sure a weird situation, you know, when you were ready with, you know, zero cost to move everywhere and Real Madrid wants you. Yeah, for sure you're going to sign for Real Madrid. This is what I was thinking. So it was a big surprise for the timing, especially, you know, and the last call.
What did you think about Erling Haaland choosing Manchester City? Because he had lots of options. Do you think that's going to be the right move for him?
Yeah, we were talking about Lewandowski before, you know, and then probably Lewandowski is the best option in my opinion, for Man City, because he knows how to play every ball, right, left, head, and everything. You know, he's good also in assists. So, but surprised me a little bit, and this love story regarding, you know, his father first. That's something that's very interesting, to be honest, because there's something more than just a move for money or join probably the team that play the best football, or they have a great possibility to win Champions League because they didn't do it yet. So that thing is, for me, is very important. And the guy is amazing in terms of energy, in terms of the way that he celebrates his teammates' goal, not his goal, his teammates' goal. So that's really priceless for me, and is a big move for Man City.
Do you think it's the right move then? I can't quite tell whether you like the story. Do you think that that's where he fits best, LA?
Yes, because when you want something really with your heart first than your mind, it's always the right choice.
Yeah, fair enough. Craig, let's see what you've got to answer to this one.
Oh, God.
Why hasn't Manchester United looked at other transfer targets? I understand Frankie de Jong is their priority, but there is little news on any other position, especially a holding midfielder and defenders.
Well, don't always just believe what you read in the newspapers or on your social media. Clubs are always... Frankie de Jong's been the one that's been prevalent because the connection with Ten Hag and Ajax and Haaland, and obviously he's been not bad at Barcelona, but we haven't always seen the best of him, and they need to offload some players as well, and he's a sellable asset. But he's a big name, and so he has been in the headlines, but I've absolutely no doubt. I mean, goodness gracious, there's no way. Ten Hag had watched Man United a lot last year. He already knows how many, well, he'll have a good idea of how many players they need and in what positions they need them in. So there will be lots of work behind the scenes in the background, trying to do deals and get players out and get players in. Most of them we won't read about or hear about until the end. That's just normal. And if they're not doing that, they're in even bigger trouble than they were last year. So yeah, they will be.
Alessandro Del Piero, do not feel bad about the next question, because the rest of the panel will also need to decide what they're doing this winter. Who is Del Piero supporting in the World Cup?
Can I skip the question?
No.
Oh my God. I don't know. I'm still recovering from North Macedonia lost. So and I didn't put my mind yet, you know, because at some point I will cheer for someone. I don't know, maybe it would be Argentina because of the last Messi World Cup, or maybe Portugal because it's last Ronaldo. So two amazing players that we enjoy so much in the last 15 years. You know, you kind of want them to win, you know, something big like the World Cup. But you never know. I mean, I don't know. I'm sad. Move on.
Yeah, that was
Would it be a good story for, like, say, I mean, I think there's more chance probably of... Is there more chance of Argentina over Portugal winning it? I mean,
I think in the bookies list, yes.
I think Portugal are always a sort of dogged, determined side, although they've got a lot more skillful players now. And yeah, it could be Messi's. It's probably going to be both the last World Cups. So that would be a nice story for one of them, wouldn't it? If we're looking at
didn't you say Argentina won't be winning it though yesterday?
Correct. Yes, I did, and I've not. At no point have I said they will win it. I said it will be nice. It will be a nice story for us neutrals. You know, look at Stevie and I. We played at World Cups for a country that's never. What chance have we got to win in the World Cup? Scotland.
Or of supporting your team in it.
Zero.
Zero.
Well, guys, I'm sorry.
Yeah, they're not even there now.
There is a good option with a club that have 3 lions on their shirt.
Do that.
You could just try.
England? Is what, the team that just lost 4-0 to Hungary?
They're just fooling everybody now. This is not what you see.
Yeah,
when
change it to Pussycats.
All right. Craig and Stevie, and I will ask Ale this as well. I'll start with you, Stevie. Now that you've been in the States for a bit and you both love the US soccer culture, if one of your friends across the pond asked for recommendations, which 2026 World Cup site are you sending them to? And does that pick involve good food and beverage?
I don't understand that question.
Okay, so
I got lost halfway through.
let's get the host cities on.
Which one of the stadiums, if indeed you know which ones they are, which one of the stadiums in the cities they're in the US, Stevie, are you telling a buddy to go to for watch a game and have a bit of a good time?
Easy peasy. Go to Gillette Stadium and get yourself right into Boston. Have a great night out in Boston, then the next day get yourself down to Gillette, watch the football, back into Boston and have another good night out. Absolutely, easy peasy.
Okay, I'm going to go with the US list. Atlanta, Boston, Dallas, Houston, Kansas City, LA, New York, New Jersey, Miami, Philadelphia, San Fran and Seattle.
Well, there's lots there. I mean, I'm probably going to... I'm not with Stevie on it, I tell you, Boston. I mean, Boston's a nice city, but... Miami, no? No?
Yeah, I mean, I can vouch for that. Miami, great place to visit, live, also. Yeah, you were just saying that.
I guess if you like dancing, Miami, probably a good one.
Great stadium.
There's lots. I mean, I'm hearing that California's horrible though. Too many Italians.
I wonder if LA knows any good restaurant recommendations in that area.
Listen, there is a couple of cities very interesting, like Kansas City in terms of involvement in the soccer, and Seattle for sure. There's a great environment. But come on, if I'm looking at the question and the last part of the question that involved food, well, for sure LA. Great stadium, but especially because of my restaurant. So easy answer.
Well, maybe he'll do a World Cup deal, a discount deal at the World Cup.
Yeah, he's going to do a three courses for $15.99.
Hey, Ali, have you got any coupons?
Yeah.
I like a coupon myself.
For all the ESPN employees, there is a coupon. Only one condition: if we do this show at my restaurant.
Oh, I'm in.
Oh, I'm in.
I'm in.
Listen, I know that Dan's the main host on this show, but seeing as though Ale said this when I'm on the show, I think I have to be there.
Ali, I presume your chefs cook. Do they cook nice steak well done?
No.
Stevie only likes it well done.
I give you another one. If you are coming, guys, I'm gonna cook for you. So pray before coming.
What's your speciality dish, Ale? Yours. What do you make best?
I better go and check I've got all my jabs and stuff then if Ali's going to be cooking.
Yeah.
Hey,
my
Ali,
specialty is salad.
Listen. If you were to guess how long Stevie put spaghetti in the boiling water to cook it for, how long would you say?
Listen, I mean, if it's more than 7 minutes, you can't eat them.
Stevie, tell him how long you put it in for.
What?
Stevie, tell him.
Oh, it's got to be about 20 minutes.
Ale, he thinks al dente is an Italian player.
7 minutes. Hey, you don't know what you're talking about. You can't be Italian, that boy. You can't be Italian. 7 minutes. Seriously.
Well, you definitely can't,
do you remember on the show he said, how long should you cook? How long should you cook spaghetti for? And we were all thinking, Oh dear. There was,
15, 20, innit?
how long do you leave the spaghetti in the boiling water for? And they said, sometimes about 25 minutes. We were like, what?
Stevie, you
Just
do
happen
know
to have
it
a
tells
different
you on...
palate to the rest of you.
Stevie, it does always tell you on the side of the pasta how long you should cook it for.
I was never good at reading instructions on anything, so don't worry about that.
Instructions?
Oh, wow. OK. Well, we'll do the show on location anyway from LA's restaurant. All right, lastly,
Magic.
Craig, you said you couldn't care less about the Pogmentary.
Correct.
Or any other players' documentaries.
Correct.
However, is there any footballing or sports documentary that you actually liked? Have you watched The Last Dance?
No. What's that about?
Michael Jordan.
Oh, basketball?
Yeah.
No. I watched the, because I'm like motor racing, I watched the Ayrton Senna documentary.
Brilliant.
About his fatal crash at Imola. That was really well done. That kind of stuff I'll watch, maybe something on golf. That's about it.
But you have not seen The Last Dance?
I've got no interest.
But you used to play basketball?
Yeah, when I was 14, 20 years ago.
But it's brilliant. No? Not for
No
you?
interest, no.
What, Ale, we were talking a lot yesterday about Paul Pogba's new documentary, which is called The Pogmentary, which Craig wasn't a big fan of. Will you be watching it?
Maybe. Maybe.
Diplomatic.
No,
You know, well, I'm gonna watch the time that I'm cooking the pasta.
Yeah.
yeah. Well, you could watch a film.
Well, Stevie could watch a whole film.
Stevie could watch a film.
The whole trilogy of Lord of
And
the
there'd be a
Rings while
short
he
one.
cooks his pasta.
No, I've
It'd
heard
never be a
of that
short
last-
one if he's only cooking
Michael Jordan,
pasta.
I've never-
7
You like
minutes.
it?
Is it worth watching?
It really, really worth watching. So much so that my mum, who doesn't follow basketball, was like, that was absolutely brilliant.
Maybe I'll watch it.
Yes, you should. And it takes you right back to the 90s, everything, music,
Yeah.
the lot. It's great. See?
I
Alessandro
watched
Del
it, it was
Piero
really
says
good.
so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Last Dance was amazing.
When I've got a bit of time, I'm in working here all the time. I just don't have time.
What about you, Ale? Have you watched any other sports documentaries that you liked?
I watched The Last Dance and I really love it. I grew up with Michael Jordan and those Chicago Bulls, so it was great to see something like this. Yeah, I'm always interested in watching documentaries, especially in the sports. I watch Usain Bolt, really good. I suggest to watch it because it's really good. I really love it.
What about you, Stevie? Where do you stand on sports documentaries?
Well, the last one I watched was in the All Blacks. It was absolutely fantastic. But the documentaries you're talking about are proper documentaries. That Pogba nonsense, and the same way Antoine Griezmann. I mean, that's not a documentary. That's just a fluff piece to, oh, look at me, look what I did, oh, and oh, I'm really sad it didn't go well here. I mean, that's not a documentary. Somebody making a bit of themselves and trying to make themselves look good, and actually watching it is painful because you're sitting cringing, listening to the nonsense, and
You're talking about Neymar.
there's nothing genuine about it. But he's another one. I mean, add Neymar to the Griezmann one, and now this
Griezmann didn't do a documentary,
nonsense.
did he? Did he?
Well, he did the decision, right?
Yeah, it
Well,
was just
Right.
it was a video to.
But it's right. I mean, that's what I'm saying. They're not. You can't call these proper documentaries. The stuff that you saw the All Blacks one as well, Craig, didn't you? I mean, that's
Yeah.
a proper documentary. It's fantastic. It's factual and it tells you everything you need to know. It's not a fluff piece. Somebody try to look good and actually end up looking stupid. Doesn't count. Poggymentary, no thanks.
What do you call that? Documentary.
We'll end it there then, shall we?
whatever
Just
it is.
renamed it to the Poggymentary. Thanks so much for sending your tweets in. These guys will be doing it all again tomorrow. Make sure to stay up to date with us every single day here on ESPN FC.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN+.